What's going on, good people? It's time for our WWE TLC 2018 review, and I think we was both confused because neither one of us knew that TLC was coming up till like today. Because we probably would have
Yeah.
said something on Impact if we would have known, but we didn't know. We didn't know. I had a feeling it was today, but I couldn't remember. But anyway, TLC happened, and they had a pre-show that I didn't watch, and I also didn't watch the first match. So if that tells you how interested I was in the show, I guess that tells you how interested I was in the show. Um, Actually, I was watching the game and hoping that the Steelers lost, and they didn't. So, I was disappointed going into the show, and so I missed the first match, and it was the mixed match challenge finals. So I cared a lot. Oh wait, I didn't. So that's why I didn't even go back and watch it. It was Fabulous Truth, Carmelo and R-Truth. Of course, they won because they've been like somehow getting pushed or something against Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal because Maha Alicia. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I I didn't watch it. Did you watch it? I mean, it was the first match of the actual show. Like, I mean, I just didn't care enough to go back and watch it.
I kind of watched it, and by kind of watch it,
I
I
feel like
mean,
that was me the whole show. Like Casey, I feel like that was me the whole show. Like I kind of it was on the TV, but was I really like invested in it? No. Like, I feel like
actually,
that's
I enjoyed this show, like for the most part in general. But when I say I watched it, I mean the entire time I was figuring out how did these two teams get into the out of all the teams they had on the mixed match challenge. How did they come down to these two? What? I don't know. I don't know.
I did go back and watch some of the matches that I missed. Like some of them I really did watch. Other matches I was just like, that's there. It's just kind of there. So I watched pretty much all of the matches. There was some of them I was just like, I don't really feel like I don't really feel like it. So but moving on to the first match that I actually watched, which was the Bar. It was a triple threat tag team match. It was pretty cool. The Bar versus the New Day versus the Usos. The only like tag teams they got on SmackDown. The only ones. Like I feel like these are the only tag teams they got on the whole roster. Like the only ones. Like it has to be because I feel like they in every match ever. But the match was pretty good though. I like that it was chaotic as triple threat traditional triple threat matches are typically are, but at the same time, obviously triple threat tag team matches are because anybody can tag anybody and kind of get into the match. And I thought that was cool. I like that. They had Kofi and Xavier tagging tonight for the New Day, which is pretty cool. Sheamus and Cesaro retained, but I thought this was a pretty good match. It was definitely one of those interesting matches. I felt like, but Casey, thoughts on the triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles?
Bruh, you actually missed two really good matches on the
pre-show. Did you watch the pre-show, or you just saw that there was good matches?
I watched the pre-show.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you want to talk about the pre-show matches? Go ahead, talk about the pre-show matches. I'll do it. What the heck? I have a ladder match on the pre-show. What the heck, bro?
That's what I was saying. But we had Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight title on the pre-show. Y'all could have put this in a ladder match, and it would have been epic. But this was I thought it was a really good match for a pre-show match. You could have put it on the card. I'm just saying. Obviously, we know Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander both can go, so definitely a good match. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely suggest going back to watch it. It was a pretty good match. And then we had Elias versus Bobby Lashley in a ladder match, which was actually a pretty good match. That was a match I wasn't expecting much from, but I thought it was pretty good. Except it was a guitar suspended
I don't understand. Like, what's the point for Lashley though? like, what's the point for Lashley though? Like, it's the thing. Like usually when they do a match like this, it's like the first one to retrieve it can use it or something like that. But like, they was just like, you want a guitar? Like, what does Lashley want a guitar for? Like, what? Last time I checked, Lashley can't sing. Like last time I checked, now.
But he's the beast of mine. Oh wait,
Can't say the rest. True. Did thoughts on the triple threat tag team match?
Yeah, I no.
You were sleeping.
I told you. I've said this many times. It's the same 3 tag teams every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're right.
I don't remember who the champions were originally. I don't remember who won.
I feel like that. That kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
Like, now I see here Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin was an actual match. But I don't remember this actually being a true match. I remember Baron Corbin get his butt beat and then Braun Strowman winning. Like, it says it was listed at 16 minutes. Like, what did they count? Did they count like Baron Corbin strolling to the ring, him standing around, him talking, waiting for the count? Heath Slater counting him out. Heath Slater taking his shirt off. And Baron Corbin walking to the back with his tail tucked between his. Like, what did they count? Like, I need to know because this was not 16 minutes at all.
Baron Corbin did not walk back. He was beaten with chairs.
True, you're right. So he crawled. He crawled. I'm just trying to figure out where this 16 minutes came from. Like, I need to know. Like,
yeah, 16 minutes of them beating them with chairs and.
True. But I like this though. It was cool to see Strowman come back. I love how Strowman gets his his arm smashed between the steel steps and like is dead for like I don't know a month. But the man, friggin' ran into while he was in the back of an ambulance and just walked out. Huh? Like I felt like there was nothing that could hurt this man. So you trying to tell me Baron Corbin can smash this man's arm and break it for a month, but then this man can get ran into in an ambulance and walk out? What?
No. This man can get ran into with an ambulance, tip over a truck, but steel steps to the arm. Oh no.
Just too much. Just too much for him. just too much. It was kind of cool to see everybody kind of turn on Baron Corbin, like all his little guys. That was cool. That was a cool little part of this. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Corbin being stripped of the administrative power, and then Braun Strowman going to face Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble for the title. So that'll be cool. I'm excited for that. Hopefully Strowman will win.
But still. Bobby Roode and wait, what? What?
I didn't even realize they were champions. I almost forgot they was a team, to be honest. Like
I didn't even know they was a team.
Like, I think I saw they was a team at one point, and I was like, are they really a team or they kind of a team? Chad Gable just with everybody. Like, this man, he can't have a singles run. Like, he gonna be forever in a tag team. I was telling Casey, I was like, you remember when Baron Corbin was the guy that was the big monster, like the guy who was like beating down everybody, and like he was like the guy to be reckoned with, and now he's the constable, I guess. like now this is.
I mean, not anymore.
True, but like now he's whatever this is. Yeah. So Casey, thoughts on Braun Strowman and beating down Baron Corbin? Well, I mean, pretty much like half the roster beating down Baron Corbin, really.
I mean, I thought this was smart booking by WWE, which is a rare thing, except maybe on NXT. They do smart booking there. But, if he's actually injured, because I don't know if he actually had he may have actually had a pre-existing injury that he needed surgery on. I don't know if it was kayfabe or if it was
he
real
had
or
a pretty nice
whatever.
bruise. Like I don't know if the makeup team just that good or what, but he had a pretty like when they show because I watched Raw a couple weeks ago and they showed him in the hospital and that thing was like black. I was like,
Yeah,
what happened to that man arm though?
but this was smart on them, keeping the match there, keeping Braun on TV, keeping him looking strong, and him not even having to do anything in the match. So I definitely I like it from that aspect. And obviously seeing everybody kind of get revenge on Baron Corbin was nice. I approve. Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a tables match. I was excited to see Ruby Riott on her own a little bit, even though, obviously she had Liv and Sarah with her, but it was cool to see her in a singles match. I thought that was cool because for the longest time they just kind of kept them together and like they never did anything but like together stuff, like 6-man tags and stuff like that. Like that was it. Like that was all they did, and now Ruby Riott's kind of doing her own little thing, like still with the group, but kind of at least having singles matches. My question is, and I feel like he's gonna feel the same way about this. Like, how long can they go with this Jim the Anvil Neidhart died thing? Like, how long can they go with this? Because like after a while, like it's just gonna be the same thing. Like it's gonna probably almost get to the point of like her being Bret Hart's niece. Like we understand what happened, and to a certain degree, like I wonder how much she agrees with it. Like how much is she like? Is this like a big deal for her? Because like that's her daddy though. Like that's her daddy though. Like that ain't like her fifth cousin first removed. Like that's her daddy though.
And he died on August 13th. It's December 17th now. I mean 16th when the pay-per-view. Bruh. I don't
like and I guess too, like when have they ever used death in a true storyline though? Like they never would do that. Like I know like WWE has took some chances and whatnot, but like I feel like they've never like have they ever done this before, really? Have they?
Yeah, they used Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer is one. But like
With
before, like
Undertaker.
I'm talking, I guess I mean before then, like before, like recently, like they really haven't done that a lot. Like, and then they do it, and it's just like, eh.
See, I'm personally never okay with it. It doesn't sit right with me.
See, but at least the Paul Bearer thing had intrigue. Like this, to me, doesn't really have the intrigue. It's just like
they also did it with Eddie Guerrero and with Vicky Guerrero.
True. I forgot about that one too. Like, I don't know. Maybe it feels odd to me. Maybe that's what it is. Like what's the point? Is my question. I guess. What's the point of Ruby Riott going after Jim Neidhart? Like, what's the point of it? Like, what does it do? And they keep bringing up like the paraphernalia type stuff, like with the glasses and the jackets and stuff like that. And it's just like I can understand Natty tributing to him and that kind of starting a thing, and I guess that's where this kind of started. But I don't know, like I don't know how far they can take this, and WWE's the type to just like stretch this on and on and on and on 10 years later and on. Like they really will. But Natalya did win, obviously. And that's kind of the issue too, is like Natalya's almost untouchable with this storyline. Cause like you ain't gonna bring her daddy into it and then she lose. Like that ain't how that works. So but Casey, thoughts on Natalya and Ruby Riott? And I guess the storyline in general, if you want to talk about that.
I don't agree with using death, like legitimate death in storylines. I think it personally for me crosses a little bit of a line. But WWE has done it multiple times. But I do like I did like the intensity from Natalya in this match. I feel like that's something that maybe is missing from her for me a lot, because she kind of, yes, she's one of the best female wrestlers on the WWE roster, but to me, she blends in too much. She doesn't stick out to me, and for some reason in this match, she really stuck out. There was that anger there. There was that intensity. She worked really well with Ruby Riott, I thought. But yeah, and now that I think about it, they already have the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, but I almost feel like if they waited, like they could have done a Heart Foundation Tag Team Classic, and it would have made a little bit more sense because Jim and I don't know, just thought about that, but yeah, I just don't like when they use.
Well, and then again, I mean, we can't fault them. They wouldn't have known. Like, they kind of just went with it. And
I mean, like, true.
Well, I mean, and if they wanted to, they could do something where they change the Dusty Rhodes Classics or something where it's like the guys who get overlooked or something like that. And then kind of, I mean, they could make a change like that if they wanted to, and put kind of the Heart Foundation Tag Team Classic as like a tag team tournament. I think they could do that if they were smart. But there'll be logic, not always quite there. Moving on, we have Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. I was really excited for this match, just because of the two guys that were in it. And I was like, wait, Finn Balor still doing stuff? Because I thought he'd be like champion or something by now. But no, he not. He not. But I was excited for this match though. I was excited. It felt like, even though it's listed at 12 minutes, it felt short to me. It felt like it was a short match. I don't know why. Like it felt a little bit shorter than maybe than it actually was. But I thought it was good though. I thought it was a good match. I wonder about like the premise of this whole feud, because I haven't been watching Raw, so I don't really know a lot about this. But I definitely thought it was good though. Dolph Ziggler ended up costing Drew McIntyre the match, so I'm assuming they're probably gonna. I mean, they already have something there with them, but they're probably gonna end up having a match, probably at Rumble coming up. So that'll be exciting. I'm excited for that, or maybe at Fastlane. I guess would make a little bit more sense because obviously you got to fit in the Rumble match. But yeah, I think that'll be cool. I'm excited for that. I think it'll be a good match. Casey, thoughts on Finn Balor defeating Drew McIntyre?
I thought it was good. I thought they worked well together. I got excited for a second because I was like, unfortunately, Roman Reigns has to take, a little bit of a leave because, leukemia and everything. He had to, forfeit his title. Yeah, chance to. Oh wait, no, Brock's champion again. I jumped the gun there. I did. I jumped the gun. I got excited. Yeah, I liked the match. Didn't have anything like that could help either of them get anywhere. Like,
I don't know why this wasn't like a qualify for the Rumble type thing.
I know run like, bruh.
Like, why wasn't this a qualify for the Rumble type thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially because Finn's probably not gonna have a singles match at Rumble anyway, more than likely. So like it would have made sense, and then they could have broke off McIntyre and Ziggler into their own singles match, and if they wanted to be in the Rumble too, I mean, obviously they could put them in there. I don't know. That's just my.
Also, did Sami Zayn get released?
I have no earthly idea. Not to my knowledge, but like I said, I haven't seen him.
Because I went on because El Generico t-shirts are back up on Pro Wrestling Tees, and I'm trying to figure out why.
It's possible. I like I said, I don't know because I told you yesterday, I haven't seen him. I don't know why.
It's that don't make no sense. Available for 12 days starting Friday 3:30. That what? What? I don't know. March 3rd.
Okay.
I don't know. This
Okay.
confusing me. March 30th is like 3 months from now, but they what? I'm so confused.
Okay.
Anyway,
Moving on,
I
I
need
guess.
to stop looking on the internet.
Yeah. Moving on to Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. I thought this match was pretty good, but this is another one of those matches I could not get into that much for some reason. Like it's been interesting and it's been like dirty, I guess, and gritty, but for whatever reason, I just was out of it, and I guess half of it was because there wasn't really a stipulation here. I think that they had mentioned potentially doing mask versus hair type match. Obviously, they didn't do it tonight, but I don't think they had mentioned it. I had heard it somewhere through a rumor mill or something, but I just wasn't very interested in this match, and I really didn't pay that much attention to it. This is one of those matches I was just kind of like, whatever. Casey, you got any thoughts on this match? No. Okay, move it. No.
Hold up. One second, real quick. One second, real quick. I gotta find something real quick. So Randy Orton, ripped off Rey Mysterio's mask, right? That was a big thing. And they talk about, oh, we ain't never seen his mask off. I'm killing this right now. I'm killing it right now. WCW. Oh my god. Stop with the hair versus mask thing with people we've already seen without a mask. It's annoying. But yeah, I don't know where else they're really going with this. I'm getting tired of Randy Orton always being either like the legend killer or now the whatever they're calling him killer. Like, come on. There's only so many more legends you can kill. They are already dead. They all dead. Stop. I don't know.
And Sami Zayn is apparently recovering from multiple shoulder surgeries on his rotator cuffs. All of them, all of the rotator cuffs that he has, apparently, because he's been gone forever and they ain't said nothing. But anyway, Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax with Tamina, because that pairing right there just makes you want to say, you know what? No. Why is Tamina with Nia Jax? First off, like, stop it. What are y'all doing? Trying to make me
Because
bored?
they're
Family?
vaguely Pacific Islanders.
But anyway, to the match. I thought this match was not bad at all, really. I didn't think it was bad at all. I really didn't. For Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, which I wasn't really expecting too much out of, I didn't think it was that bad. Ronda Rousey, like, could really be very like Kyle O'Reilly-esque in the form of putting you in a submission out of nowhere. Like, they should do that. Her transition into submission should be like pretty much flawless because of her background. So like they should work on that. That should be her thing, where her transition, she should be like almost a submission specialist, where her transitions and submissions are just out of this world. That's what they need to focus on with her. Because and I think the disconnect that I have with Ronda Rousey is they're playing this underdog card with her, and she ain't an underdog. Like, she can punch you in the face and hurt you real bad. Like, no. like that's not how that works. Not at all. Okay. So I just no. They need to stop that. Rousey did return. I like the little twisting of the arm at the end. That was cool. That was a cool little spot at the end. And all that. Like I like Ronda Rousey. I just don't think they're doing the right thing with her to keep me going. Like, she needs to be like a submission specialist. She needs to they need to get her transitions from move to move down, especially from any move to a submission. She needs to be a little bit more power based. I think. They need to show off her strength a little bit. I think they need to play to her strengths, and we talked about that with kind of why it would help if she was in NXT, because NXT would book her better and show off her strengths more. And it's kind of like what Shayna Baszler does. They show off her strengths very well. They show off the way she transitions from move to move, or just transitions into her finishing choke like it's nothing. Like they show off her strength. They show off the joint manipulation. They show off what she does well. That cockiness that she has. They show off all of that well, and I think they don't do that enough with Ronda Rousey. But anyway, Ronda Rousey retains. Nobody's necessarily surprised. After the match was funny though, because Becky, like, I thought Nia Jax was supposed to be tough, because Becky Lynch came and decked her and just walked away. Like, bruh. Like, and Nia Jax just curled up in like the fetal position. Y'all can't tell me Nia Jax supposed to be this tough girl and she out here getting knocked out. Like, I'm just saying. Like, come on. What y'all doing? Casey, thoughts on Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax and just the absolute debacle that is Nia Jax?
This match wasn't bad. I agree. But I still knew the title wasn't going to change, like, at all. Like, at all. And my question, okay, so, that, Tamina was out with Nia Jax. She were there. They homies. I don't know why, but they homies. All right. They went after the match. Presumably, they went back up the ramp and through the curtains at the same time. But then Tamina came running up after she got knocked out, punched in the face. Where was you? Where was Tamina when this happened? Did she stop at like catering or something? Like,
hungry.
I was just confused. Like, y'all came through the curtain together. And yeah, Nia Jax got punked. I can't take her seriously now. She got punched in the face and cowered like a little girl. And she's supposed to be a monster. Next contender for the championship, please.
It would be nice if they built up one, like they just built up an actual contender, because they just keep throwing people in to this.
How do you do that?
It's a difficult task apparently, because what we continue to anyway. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. I'm absolutely loving this Daniel Bryan heel run, like, already. And my sample size is like a little bit of like a SmackDown, and like what I watched during the video package. Like, it is amazing. And it's needed, like, because Daniel Bryan for the longest time, was the yes movement and all this. And like, it's not even that I think people were getting tired of it, but to a certain degree, people were, because it had gone on for so long. But at the same time, the biggest issue I think that was going on with Daniel Bryan is that he came back. It had kind of fizzled out. Why? Because he was around, but he wasn't in the ring. But at the same time, it had almost fizzled out for a second. But then when he got back into the ring, it had like ramped back up again. And then it made the turn that much more surprising, I think. Because it had kind of fizzled out because he was the general manager and everybody's like, yeah, he's back. But at the same time, like, this yes stuff gets old. But at the same, even in that same breath, it's refreshing that now he's a heel now and doing his own thing. And I like kind of the reasons why he's a heel, kind of talking about how he he's almost a heel because of himself. Like, he did blame the fans, but he almost blamed himself just as equally. Kind of talking about how he quit on himself, and how the old Daniel Bryan is dead and stuff like that. I liked it though. It was good. But at the same time, he did blame the fans in a way of, you guys cheered for other people while I was gone, and I didn't really like that. So I liked it, but the match was good. I enjoyed it. I don't think I expected anything less from these two. I think they put on the longest match, if I'm not mistaken. And it's interesting. It was interesting because it was the longest match, and it wasn't a stipulation match. Like some of the longer matches tonight weren't even stipulation matches. They were just normal, just good matches. So I thought this was good though. Like I enjoyed it. I'm excited for Daniel Bryan and the continuation of his heel run. I like the way he's winning, and I almost like the kind of inside cradle that he won with. Like as much as I hate that stuff, for a cowardly heel who just wants to win, who just wants to keep the title, like it works. It works. Stuff like that does work. So I liked it. Definitely a match I want to go back and watch again. And I'm gonna try to start watching SmackDown because I really want to see the build of this heel character. And I want to start watching Raw because I want to see the build of Dean Ambrose's heel character. But Casey, and especially now champion. We'll get into that match here in a little bit. But Casey, thoughts on the WWE Championship match?
Yeah, like you said, I haven't really been watching or keeping up on SmackDown or Raw, to be honest. Which is why I was like, wait, is there a pay-per-view? There is a pay-per-view tonight. Last minute out of nowhere. But I definitely like, the Daniel Bryan heel turn. And it's not the same as his original heel turn. It's different. It's kind of it's almost in a way a split personality kind of a thing because he said, the old Daniel Bryan is dead. The old Daniel Bryan, quit on himself. He or whatever he said. So I kind of like that. I'm definitely excited to see where it goes, and I was excited for this match because this is kind of one of those indie dream matches, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. So you knew it was going to be a great match. Could have gone either way. I didn't really expect the title to change this quick after Daniel Bryan won it, but I was keeping an open mind with this one. But definitely they worked really well together. They're two veterans who can put on 5-star matches with anybody, and they put a 6-star match together. I felt like, okay, maybe it wasn't that good, but it was good. I definitely liked it.
All right, Casey, since this is your boy, I'm gonna give you the Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins match because I'm feeling generous tonight. Feeling a little generous.
All right. I appreciate your generosity, sir. I do appreciate that. This was a match.
True. That was a 3 count in there, referee in there.
There was a Seth Rollins. Kind of looks like Tyler Black. It's weird.
Yeah.
There was a Dean Ambrose. Kind of looks like John Moxley. It's weird. Like it's weird. But those two, they went missing years ago. I don't know where they went. But another match I really liked with the build up of the original Shield breakup with Seth Rollins turning on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and then Dean Ambrose, who we originally thought was going to be the heel turn back, originally, finally turning on Seth Rollins. And I believe it was the same night that Roman Reigns left and they won the tag team titles. And so it was, good timing for that really big dramatic build up and turn. I definitely liked it. I thought this was a really good match. Was there a stipulation in this match? I don't remember.
No, it was just a singles match, which is weird because you would think, given the feud. But
the only thing I don't know why, like I kept thinking, like, because Renee Young is obviously on commentary, and like Renee Young and Dean Ambrose are married in real life. I'm like, how do you call the match with your husband in there? Like, yeah, you did. I don't know. Like, but yeah, I definitely like that. I hope they keep this feud going. I I don't know what's going on with Roman Reigns or how long he's going to be out. But if he's coming back anytime soon, probably not. It'd be cool to keep it up until he comes back and have a whole, not another Shield reunion because we don't
Well,
need
you know,
that.
he'll be gone at least a year, probably a year and a half,
Yeah,
at least.
and WWE can't keep a feud going for like more than a month.
More than like, you know, a night.
So, uh, it'll be good while it lasts.
True, true, true. Um, I like this. I love Dean Ambrose's heel persona too. And the reason I like it is because it's like WWE could have easily just went with Seth Rollins turned on me, so now I turn on him to get him back. But like it's more than that. Like it's like the Shield held me back. The Shield has always held me back, type of a thing. You know, it's more than just the simple like Seth Rollins. You know, you turned your back on me, and I remember that, and that's why I did this. You know, it was more about him being held back and Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns trying kind of always getting all the credit. And Dean Ambrose kind of being the guy left out and the guy left behind, even during the singles runs. Dean Ambrose kind of being the guy left out and left behind and whatnot. But I liked it though. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was physical, but at the same time, it had those kind of wrestling aspects that you wanted in it, the kind of chain wrestling and the submissions and stuff like that you wanted in it too. And it kind of told that aggressive story of Dean Ambrose trying to get Dean Ambrose trying to get his hands on Seth Rollins, but at the same time, kind of Seth Rollins finally getting his hands on Dean Ambrose, and I like it too because they were two different heels too. Like, Seth Rollins obviously was more of a cowardly heel, whereas Dean Ambrose is more of the aggressive, like I'm gonna beat you down, like I want to get my hands on you, like I want revenge for everything that's ever happened between us in every way type of a heel. So I like that. I like that they were different. They're obviously different types of heels. I think the beard adds to the heel persona for Dean Ambrose too. I like the beard. I didn't know he was that like redheaded like that though. Like,
And he getting swole.
he getting smoked. He getting smoked. He getting smoked. This man still they still like they still making this man wear jeans though. Like I thought he's gonna come out in khakis or something. Like they was gonna change it up or something. That mean they different jeans though. They different. I give him that. I give him that. They different. I like the jacket though. The jacket though, like that's upper echelon.
They should have been black jeans. Yeah.
True, but then they would have matched, and you would make confused. You wouldn't know who was who. But anyway, good match though. Good match though. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see this feud continue too. I don't think they'll be able to keep this up until Roman Reigns comes back. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's way too long. I mean, and plus, like we can't forget wrestling fans and fitness fans aren't that good either. So they get tired of it after like tomorrow. So but let's jump into the main event. Triple threat tables, ladders, and chairs match for the SmackDown Women's title, which was cool because I don't think the SmackDown Women's Championship has ever main evented anything ever, So ever. But I was excited though. Like I was definitely excited for this main event. I was really hyped. I didn't expect the title change though, because it feels like Becky Lynch just got the title. Like it feels like she just got it. Like literally just won it, and then was injured for some of that portion of it. Like with the whole broken face or whatever, broken nose or whatever it was. So like it was like, what? I'm like, I'm not expecting her to lose. She's gonna keep it, obviously. But Asuka would end up winning there with at the end, as Ronda Rousey screwed both Charlotte and Becky Lynch, which was weird because why didn't she screw Asuka too? Like what? Why not? But to a certain degree, I get it though, because Charlotte was the one that faced her at Survivor Series, and then it was Becky who was kind of calling her out on everything, so it makes sense. Plus, they were the two that were on the ladder at the time, so it did make sense. But I almost wonder, like, what's it gonna mean? Like, is Becky and Charlotte gonna be able to get back at her, or is it kind of gonna be a thing where like it just happened and they never really continue that at any point at all? Because obviously we don't get a lot of the Raw versus SmackDown aspects of things, not a lot with the brand split. So I wonder if they're going to try to do something with that, or if they're just going to kind of leave it. But definitely a good match. It has some good spots in it. The table, the announce table spot, like them tables got to break. Come on, like them table, y'all got to do something. Like, cause y'all gonna hurt somebody with these tables just staying up and then falling. Like, bruh, these tables gotta fall. Some of the ladder spots are really cool. When Becky Lynch was tossed onto the ladder, I think it was by Asuka. That was cool. The kind of the fight for the title aspect of things was cool too, because we don't see a lot of triple threat ladder matches. I don't think it's typically singles or like 20 people in a ladder match, or like 6 for Money in the Bank, is what I mean. But it was good though. It was a good match. I'm excited to see Asuka's run as champion. I think this is the first time she's won a title, which is weird because she was pushed to the moon at first and then kind of fell off, and now she's back. So I wonder what that's going to mean. Still weird to see Becky Lynch lose so quickly. I mean, I say weird, but I mean, it's still Becky Lynch. It might be heel Becky Lynch, but it's still Becky Lynch. So, and then pushing her is like, nah, we ain't going to do it. So it sucks. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the main event of the evening?
Well, I actually thought it was the match of the night. To be honest, I thought it was really good. And it could have just been because it was a TLC match, and I don't. Have we had a women's TLC match before?
No, this is the first one because they played it. The reason they I know that because they played it up so much when they were like, Charlotte knows a lot about first. So I remember them talking about it at the beginning of the match.
Yeah. So there was that hype there. They did so many crazy spots in this match. There was a point I legitimately thought that Charlotte was injured and wasn't going to be able to continue when I think Charlotte and Asuka were on the announce table, and Becky Lynch jumped off onto them. Asuka moved, and the way the announce tables never break right. They always like have that hesitation and then break, and Becky landed right on her, and like there was no give from the table, nothing at all. And like even just the sell from her, she was like, "Oh God," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a broken rib or caved in chest, or she did." But she finished the match. I was a little bit confused when Ronda came out, but it kind of makes sense, kind of a face helping out a face because Becky and Charlotte are both kind of heel. I think Charlotte's a heel. She might be a tweener. I have not been paying attention to SmackDown. But obviously, Asuka's more of a face. We've been waiting for her to have a championship finally on the main roster. I feel like we said that about Becky too. And I feel like we can all just agree that we didn't want Charlotte to win again. But yeah, I love this match. I thought it was really good. DJ?
Agreed. Definitely one of those ones I want to go back and probably watch again. But as we get ready to sign off here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for us if you haven't already. Give us a like, share the video with all your wrestling friends and family members and all that stuff that like wrestling. Be sure to Let them know that the Instant Class Wrestling Podcast got you covered.
And if you don't have friends, we're still not gonna be your friends because you're probably weird if you don't have friends.
True. Send it to your enemies. Send it to your enemies. But anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one, the next video. Give us a like and subscribe and all the good stuff. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. See you.